So in this video, we're gonna talk about the livability of Chiang Mai, Thailand. We stayed a little bit longer this time, just over 1 month. This is our second time in Chiang Mai. The first time we got here, we only stayed for about 5 nights, but we were absolutely blown away by how cool the city was. So we're just gonna go through some of our checklists and must-haves for livability and lifestyle in the cities we visit, and let's go into it. Hey, I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Tan, a bar manager.
And bridal designer turned full-time travelers.
We left the hustle culture behind. It just wasn't for us.
Join us on our travels as we share helpful tips and search for the most livable city for our new lifestyle.
What do you think the overall vibe in Chiang Mai?
I think Chiang Mai is super cool. Definitely has this like artsy feel to it. Being a digital nomad hotspot as well, it's consistently ranked like number 1 or 2. It's one of the reasons why I love this market so much is you just find lots of handmade goods from local artists, local designers, and yeah, it's cool. It just has this really nice energy and creativity. Everybody's sort of like chill.
Yeah.
It's really nice. The energy is really cool. So vibe check, yes, very good.
Cool.
Okay, so how easy was it to connect with other digital nomads in Chiang Mai?
I think for my experience, at first it's a little bit overwhelmed and it's kind of a little bit hard to connect with everyone. There was actually a lot of information and groups on WhatsApp and Facebook, but after that, I kind of like sort the thing out, and we actually made a lot of friends.
We did, which is
through those
great.
groups,
Yeah. Just about reaching out to people. Like you just need to get out there and send that message, and if they reply, it's good. If not, like, but everyone is generally like super interested to just meet you and find out what you're doing. Yeah, it was really good. Actually.
Very supportive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And besides from the meetup groups, I also found a few other groups that I can play soccer with, which helps a lot.
Yeah, it helps to connect with like expats or even locals through recreational sports, which there were abundant of in Chiang Mai as well.
Yeah.
I think we got really lucky. We arrived during the end of rainy season and it was moving towards like clear skies, mild weather. Even though like during the day it's still super hot, at night it definitely cools down a little bit. In fact, sometimes on the bike it gets a little bit chilly. So there's definitely a sense of like freshness in the air, which is beautiful. That was between end of September to November. So that's a really good time. I think end of September is like the tail end of the rain season. And October, November, December, even up until January, the weather is actually quite pleasant. After that, it gets into the burning season, which is between February, March, April. Those 3 months, it's when like the surrounding farms burns their crops, and then the smoke kind of gets into the city and becomes quite smoky. A lot of people tend to just maybe move away for a little bit during those times. So if you are visiting, definitely avoid those times. And also during rainy season as well. 24 in particular was quite heavy, and there were a lot of unexpected flooding. According to the locals, it's actually like a very, very rare event, but the climate's definitely changing. So do be aware that flash flooding can happen, if not bigger flooding, if it's raining really, really hard.
All right, let's talk about our favorite topic, food.
Yum. Thai food is probably like my second favorite cuisine. The first being Vietnamese. Really, I mean, they're both very, very good. But you can't come to Chiang Mai and not love the food here. There's so many varieties. You've got like predominantly Thai and Asian cuisine, of course, but you do have a lot of Western options as well, a lot of modern Thai Asian options. So if you don't really like too much spice, there is something that sort of is a mixture between like a modernized Thai that's less spicy and things like that. There are also all your chain stuff like KFC, but Macca's. But who comes to Thailand to eat Macca's, right?
Yeah.
Especially with Chiang Mai, there's just abundance of Michelin guide restaurant as well, from a local kind of like street vendor all the way to your fine dining as well. We've actually tried a couple of these.
Yeah, and we do have a full video of the restaurant that we visited. So I'm going to link here so you can check it. If you can't see it, we will also put a link in the description below. So watch it.
Yeah, and also like the night markets as well are amazing. So many night markets on every weekend, and I think they're like one of the biggest ones we've seen in Southeast Asia so far. They're like on steroids, especially the ones on weekend, and so much food. So yeah, we really loved it. We ate so much in Chiang Mai.
We did. So what was your favorite dish in Chiang Mai?
I honestly can't pinpoint one thing. Let me have a little think. What's yours though? While I'm thinking, what's yours?
I think for Chiang Mai, because it's northern style, initially from the last time it was khao soi, but this time I actually like the northern style curry.
Oh yeah, that was quite nice. It's slightly runnier, but like it's quite nice. I don't know. We did go back to the fishball noodle place like 3 times.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that, but that's just because it reminds me of my childhood. Like it's a Cantonese dish. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Everything in Thailand is yummy, so. That morning glory, 10 baht. So we're gonna get some. Do you wanna get 3? Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Let's get all. Because when they stir fry, it's quite small, right?
Yeah.
So because we stay for over a month, we generally like to cook a little bit. Eating out every night it becomes really tiring, and also it's quite unhealthy. So we find that Chiang Mai is just like amazing for groceries.
Yeah.
We're not really missing too much that we can't find in Melbourne, which is fantastic.
Especially for healthy and alternate option for you.
Yeah, so organic produce is what I always look for, like the availabilities of it. And the supermarkets, like the bigger supermarkets that we went to, they tend to have an organic section that is like quite well stocked and a lot of variety. So I was not lacking anything in particular. The only thing is always in Southeast Asia, peppermint tea.
True.
I can't find peppermint tea still, but that's just a very small trade-off, given how much they have. Also, like the protein option, it's hard to find good quality red meat in Southeast Asia, but in Chiang Mai, it was actually not too bad.
Yeah.
They have a lot of imports, beef from the US and Australia. I would say they're quite well priced for imports.
I think because they have a lot more options, so hence the price.
It's a bit more competitive.
Yeah.
A lot more expats in there, a lot more digital nomads, so the demand is there, so they're able to get a lot in and the price becomes more competitive. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I actually really enjoy the supermarkets. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about healthcare.
So we are very fortunate that we're healthy, we're able. Like always, if you're traveling anywhere, you should have travel insurance. We are insured with Safety Wings, and that is a platform specifically designed for digital nomads like us. Healthcare in Thailand in general is actually really, really good and quite advanced. We didn't really need any of it while we've been away, which is amazing. Well, they've got great hospitals, they've got good clinics and lots of pharmacies around. I think we went to a pharmacy to get some allergy tablets. Actually, I got some allergies on my skin. Super helpful. They spoke English. So yeah, definitely not a problem with healthcare at all.
How do you feel about the holistic activities in Chiang Mai?
I think they're widely available, lots of yoga studios, sound bath as well. Not often you find them. And there are ice baths, saunas and things like that. We did go to sound baths, a couple of them, and also a couple yoga sessions, which I really loved. Really sort of enjoy the holistic lifestyle amenities they've got available. And for you, I know like sports really important. How did you find like the recreational activities and the gyms and things like that?
I think there are definitely a lot more gym and fitness center in Chiang Mai, but the accommodation that we stayed in got really good gym.
Had an amazing gym.
Yeah, amazing. So that ticked all the boxes for me.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the main reasons why we chose this lifestyle is the flexibility, the travel opportunities, and also like just having a bit more of a work-life balance. You know, we work, but we also have a lot of times to play as well, which is quite important for us. Chiang Mai just has so much to do. We can do arts and crafts activities, just as creative is really good for us. There are plenty of gorgeous natural areas we could visit, half an hour outside of Chiang Mai, or you could just stay within Chiang Mai and just walk around the old city and visit the temples, and there's just so much to discover. And because the city is compact as well, lots of alleyways and nooks and crannies where you can just spend the afternoon. It's super vibey, so we really love that, and I think it really forced us to kind of go, okay, you're only working a certain amount of time and then you get to do all of this. So we enjoyed it. Yeah, great lifestyle. So this is another area where you'll see a lot of expats. In fact, it's probably the most popular area for digital nomads. It's very obvious. You do see a lot more, I guess, a younger crowd. In general, it's a really cool area. Even the shops around here definitely reflect that as well. It's younger, it's a lot more vibrant. It's definitely busier. But what I love is it's not to the point where the charm of these more local kind of buildings have disappeared. Like Bali, for example, it's pretty much completely gentrified, right? Canggu. However, the real estate here, it's a lot more expensive because of that. So we did look at a couple of apartments, and there are a few availabilities, but they are a bit pricier, although not too expensive. Probably looking about 1.5-1.7 Australian dollars a month, which is still quite affordable for a nice apartment. So what's the best area to stay in Chiang Mai? We're going to talk about accommodation now. We actually chose to stay in Sansai this time, which is actually 5-minute walking distance from Central Festival, the shopping center. Very, very convenient. The reason why I chose that location is because I just didn't want to stay in the middle of the city. When we were there last time, we did, and it was short time, so it was good, but I think we were here for so long. I just want somewhere a little bit quieter, so we didn't have to constantly be bombarded with all the noise and the tourists, because we were there during Loi Krathong as well. We know, we knew it was going to get super busy. It turned out to be surprisingly really cool area. Lots of new condos there. But I think the draw card is the shopping center, because so close to it, everything you need is there. Okay, so one of the most popular area to stay in Chiang Mai is Nomad. It's cool, it's hip, lots of cafes, a lot of digital nomads, lots of boutique restaurants, but it's near the airport. It's sort of north of the airport. We didn't stay there because I'm quite sensitive to noise, and because we do a lot of recording as well. Apparently you do constantly hear airplane noises, and that just didn't work for us, so we didn't end up going there. But from Sansai to Nomad was about 20 minutes on the bike, which is not very far at all. Other popular areas also a bit more north of Nomad, near the university, so a bit further away from the airport. And then also Suthep, which is on the other side. It's sort of near all the mountains and greenery. Could be quite beautiful as well, but again, it is within that vicinity of the airport. Like all good old Asian cities, there's definitely a lot of traffic. There are a lot more people to start off with. Chiang Mai is actually not horrible, I don't think. During peak hours, it can get a little bit bad, but it's not like Bangkok or Ho Chi Minh or anywhere like that.
In Chiang Mai, the public transport system is rather poor because they actually don't have bus, so they only have a tuk-tuk. It's called song tour, if I say correct. Yeah, so and they have different color for different area. But the best way to get around in Chiang Mai is by motorbike, and we hired a motorbike the whole time when we were there.
If you're not confident on the bike, and I know not everyone is, like if it was just me by myself, I would not be able to do that. You can just get like Grab or Bolt, you know, which is like Uber for Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
They're readily available, really easy, and you can get like a bike as well and just sit at the back and be a passenger princess.
How affordable do you think Chiang Mai is?
I think it's very affordable for what you get, the standard of living, and if you're making a Western wage, like amazing, absolutely amazing. Like the biggest expense is probably your accommodation. You do get a lot for what you pay for. We paid just over 1,200 Australian dollars for luxury, one bedroom luxury condo in Sunside, and it had absolutely everything, like gorgeous pool, beautiful gym, Pilates studio, concierge. Can't complain with that price.
Yeah.
And like obviously if you do want to spend a little bit less, it's totally doable. The best way to go about it is maybe just like cook a little bit more at home, take advantage of all the free activities around Chiang Mai. There's honestly so much to do. You can walk around Old Town for ages and you will not get bored.
Yeah.
Lots of like cute night markets to visit, even just like surrounding craft markets like your coconut market and all that stuff. You can just go for a hike because the mountain's like really close, visit temples, like there's so much to do. You don't really have to pay a lot of money to you know, keep entertained in Chiang Mai.
Yeah. All right, let's rate Chiang Mai. So for vibe,
Let's go with 5.
out of 5. And weather,
I'm gonna give it 3.
because of the burning season.
Yeah,
Yeah. How about food?
definitely 5.
Okay.
Thai food's yummy.
Yeah. Healthcare.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Like Thailand's amazing for healthcare, especially in larger cities.
Lifestyle.
5.
Of course. Real estate.
Real estate, 5. Lots of affordabilities, different type of houses.
Yeah. Infrastructure and amenities.
5.
All right. Lastly, affordability.
It's Southeast Asia, definitely a 5.
There you go.
Okay, so can we see ourselves living in Chiang Mai for the long run? I want to say yes. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We agree. Chiang Mai is so cool. Now I understand why it's consistently ranked number 1 or 2 as the hotspot for digital nomads. Like everything is there. It's just until you've gone there and experienced what it's like, the energy in the air, it's so different. I love it. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Cool.
guess we're living in Chiang Mai. No, we're still going to explore a little bit and then we'll see. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope that gives you a bit of insight of what it's like to live in Chiang Mai. Don't forget to like and subscribe our video if you enjoyed it.
We'll see you in next video.
Bye!
Bye.